right, getting juicy here. Someone said, now that it's been a while, what's the drama with the old roommates? Hey everyone, it's Morgan Yates, and for this week's video, I thought it would be fun to do a little catch-up Q&A, just like a casual little chat. So I had you guys submit over on Instagram your questions. We're just gonna get right into it. Covering a lot of ground today. We could all say a quick prayer. I've never filmed in this spot before, and I am directly, like the window that's giving me this lighting is directly facing a very close neighboring window, and I never film here, even though the lighting's great, because I just like, I'm so paranoid about her coming up to the window. So we're gonna hope she doesn't walk up. Hopping straight into this video, one of you guys asked, how are you doing genuinely? I think that is such a sweet question. I am doing really, really good. Thank you for asking. I feel like right now, I feel the best I have in the past few months, maybe the past 6 months even, like ever since moving. I feel like right now, I don't know. I just filmed a house tour. It was my last video on this channel. To film that, I like deep cleaned my entire home, like put all the things I've been procrastinating, finding a space for, like putting those things away. Something about ever since I fully like cleaned every square inch of this place, it's like it just changed the vibe at home, which makes sense, you know, having a clean space. Just with the weather warming up outside, that's very exciting. It makes me want to like be more social and like be outside. I feel really excited about a lot of fun plans coming up. I just have so many trips coming up and I feel really excited. I feel like I got a little taste of travel again from going to the Dominican Republic recently, and it just has me so excited to go on these trips. I feel like I creatively feel so inspired. I have so many video ideas. I've planned out my videos for the next like 2+ months, and I'm like redecorating some rooms in my house, and I've like ordered a bunch of stuff for that, and I just feel like very fulfilled in every way. I feel like I am operating under like a good balance of work and social life and relationship and just everything like that. I'm like back on my workout routine, and overall life's good. So let me know how you are. Question number 2, how long are you going to be in Europe and how much time are you spending in each city? So also on Instagram, I've been polling you guys on some various travel related questions. I was just seeking some insight of people who have been to certain cities I haven't been to. If you were one of the people that helped me in any way with that, thank you so much. But if you're not aware, basically for between like a month and a half and 2 months this summer, starting like mid-late June, going through mid-August, me and Giselle are going to be going on a really long trip through Europe, taking advantage of her current job ending, just taking a big break, you know, before like she goes into something else, because when can you get that many vacation days off from a traditional job, you know? We are spending 2 to 4 days in each city. Most cities, I think it's 2 full days, so 3 nights. If it's like a smaller town where there's not a ton to do, maybe we'll be there for like 1 to 2 days, but trying to like think through this schedule in a way that like isn't too rushed, that like gives us enough time to like see and do everything we want to in a city, while also like, I mean, a month and a half is a really long time, so I'm gonna be like working, editing. I can't fall fully behind on all of that stuff for that long of a time frame. So also trying to factor into the schedule like some downtime, some extra days in certain cities to like be like work days, if you will. As for where I am going, which you didn't ask, we're starting out in Paris for a few days. Gonna spend a couple of days in the Champagne region of France. I feel like that's something that's interesting, as I've like gotten a little bit older, I guess, is like on this trip, I'm more interested in seeing like some smaller regions related to like certain foods, certain wines, things like that, that probably would not have interested me as much a few years ago. So we're doing that for France. We're gonna go to Belgium, Amsterdam, Greece, doing 3 different Greek islands, a few days in the Amalfi Coast. So I don't know which city, if you have recs, that would be super helpful, but we're gonna stay in one city and do some day trips to the others. Then gonna do Florence, Venice, and then going to Rome, where I know I've plugged this several times, but my Contiki trip that any of you guys can book onto and travel with me is kicking off from Rome at the end of July, going through like coastal Italy, south of France, ending in Barcelona, and it's gonna be really fun. And there are still a couple of spots left. I'm also gonna make a Facebook group, so pay attention to your emails if you're one of the few people watching this that are on that trip, but that way everyone can meet, you know, mix and mingle, ask any questions all in one place. Things like that. If you want to come on that trip with me, it's gonna be me and Giselle. Gonna be really fun. You can use the code CONTIKIMORGAN or Morgan. I think CONTIKIMORGAN gets you more money off. Play around with both at the checkout page on desktop, but after that trip, then I'm spending another like week-ish in the south of France. I feel like this is just so much I'm like spitting out right now, like so many cities, and it is a lot. And even before all of this, me and Adrian are doing a Sicily trip through Contiki as well, which is gonna be really fun. I'm so excited to travel with her again, and I think I talked about that for long enough. Oh, last thing though, I'm thinking during that time, again relating to just like work and videos and whatever, so that I'm not having to pre-film like 8 different main channel videos during that time. I think I'm probably gonna be filming like 2 travel vlogs a week, so one will be on this channel, one will be on my vlog channel. I'll probably try to do the more like well-known, interesting, I mean everywhere's interesting. The cities I feel like more people are familiar with, I'll probably post those travel vlogs on this channel and then like a midweek vlog on my vlog channel. Let me know if that sounds good. Might pre-film some videos to plug in here and there as well. Someone asked, how do you afford to travel so much and what tips do I have? So if you're not aware, I do get to travel a good amount for free in partnership with a bunch of different brands. Sometimes I'll travel somewhere and the hotel will be free, or sometimes I go through trying to work that out, and sometimes I just don't even want to. I want to like go and like fully unplug a little bit more, like was the case for my recent Dominican Republic trip. This whole European trip, however, is like fully out of pocket. So my tip here, I guess like what me and Giselle have been doing is since probably like October, November, we have been setting aside, this is what I do for like my house savings, like any category I'm wanting to save for. We each week set aside a certain amount of money into like a different account that's like not our normal like spending checking account. We have been saving for this at that point, like when we go on it, it'll be like 7, 8, 9 months. Don't feel like doing the math, but it just is gonna feel nice to like spend from the money that like I've kind of already been spending each week. Also a tip here though is that if you're someone who wants to travel, you can travel on a budget. Like there are cheap flights, there are cheap hotels, especially in Europe, like really good hostels where you can stay super affordably. You can take public transportation in the cities you're going to. It just depends on like what you want your experience to be like and like the level of, if you're going for luxury, if you're going for backpacking, like anywhere in the middle of that spectrum. Someone said tips for first time international travelers. So my first several trips out of the country were with a group travel company. I feel like I had no idea what to expect. Like even my first trip was to Greece actually, right out of college. And even for that was in a group and I still was stressed. I did not know what to expect. I didn't know anything about what like going to anywhere in Europe was like. I think it was really helpful for me that my first few trips were through like a group travel company. So I literally just showed up, they had everything planned, like everything booked. I didn't have to research anything. But if you don't want to go on a group tour, my tip is just like do as much thorough research as you can. I mean, there's so many resources on YouTube, even like watch as many travel vlogs as you can from wherever you want to go. In what ways have you grown the most this past year? I feel like I've grown so much the past year, like more than in years past. And I think it was from being in a relationship. I've grown in communication and patience. Like for a while, I was seeing just like weakness after weakness that I have that I was never even exposed to. Like it never even came up because I was just functioning as like one individual. Being in like a long-term relationship at this point, just learning a lot about myself as well as about balance and like adding in such a big part of my life and like making everything else that was here before that like just trying to get that all in perfect balance took a while, but we're good now. All right, I get this question every Q&A. I feel like I just answered it in January, but a lot of people asked if I plan to stay in LA long term, and my answer is the same as it was, so I'll keep this short. Right now, yes, for the foreseeable future, I don't have plans to move. Does that mean I'm like married to the idea of LA forever? Also no, but I will let you guys know if at any point I start to think about that. My whole community is here. I have so many friends here. It makes sense for work for me to be here, and I just like I really genuinely love living here. And so the only draw to like wanting to move somewhere else in theory is that, you know, other places are more affordable for like being able to buy a house, and at the same time it's like such a trade-off. Like, do I want to give up everything else I just listed in exchange for like a more affordable city? And for right now the answer is no. A fun question: what shows are you watching right now / books are you reading these days? I feel like I am blowing through things on Netflix, so if you have recs, I would love to hear those. I've just started a season of Love Island just because there's a million episodes, so that it'll keep me busy for a while. So as of right now, I'm watching Love Island UK season 5. I'm watching How I Met Your Father with Queen Hilary Duff. Don't think it's that great of a show. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not, but it's like the nostalgia, you know, watching like actresses I watched growing up and whatever. Any shows, let me know. I've been watching all the popular like Netflix documentaries that have been coming out lately. And then for reading, I am like freshly getting back into reading. It all started with reading that Verity book. My friend Caitlin B recommended it. She's been the one helping me out here. Something about like for years and years, I was never able to like get through a book. And then recently I bought a Kindle, and I don't know if it's like the device or if this is a coincidence that now suddenly I am just like reading different types of books that like I want to keep reading. But ever since switching to the Kindle, I just like go at it. Maybe it's because subconsciously we're so addicted to devices that it being on a device makes me want to use it more. I just thought of that right now. What do we think? I read Verity, I just finished Silent Patient, and I just started another book, I don't remember the name. Also always looking for book recs. Apparently I really like kind of a psychological thriller type book. Someone said, where are your favorite places to shop at? Love your style. Thank you. Lately, I've become a bit of a Revolve girl. Beyond that, most things I wear are either like Princess Polly or Zara. If you haven't noticed, I like rewear the same outfits all the time, or like the same staple pieces. I kind of just mix and match. I'll have, I guess I can link items I've been wearing most frequently lately if you're interested. Those are my main like 3 clothing stores, unless I'm forgetting something. All right, getting juicy here. Someone said, now that it's been a while, what's the drama with the old roommates? I am going to be brief, gonna keep it classy. Yeah, enough time has passed. I can like see this objectively. Long story short, there was one roommate who was living there that I did not know moving in. It was like another girl living there's friend, although I kind of wonder how well they knew each other, because a lot of things started happening that seemed to be surprising, like the glue friend as well, you know, the one who already knew her. But yeah, I've tried to be really nice addressing this in the past and saying like, we just had our differences and like this and that. My heart's racing just talking about this. Objectively, like literally the rudest person I've ever met was this other girl that I didn't know moving in. And so many people saw it. Like I feel like it's one thing if like you maybe show the worst sides of yourself a little bit here and there, like in your home environment, like maybe there are times that would come out, but like just constantly and like regardless of who was over. Like one time she was like yelling at me about the AC being on when I was cooking dinner and Giselle was over, meanly yelling at me to the point that like Shelby had headphones in and came out to the kitchen and was like, after it was over, and was like, did I hear that correctly? So overall it was really like that roommate just being so unpredictable and like unstable in some ways. I feel like it was just negative energy to be around and like stressful energy to be around. I would literally like get stressed out whenever I would go home, like not knowing what kind of mood she was gonna be in or like what was gonna set her off. I would hardly like, I would hate cooking dinner in my own home because I would be around her and like have to engage with her and like not know what she was gonna be like that day. Like I would work from my bedroom basically every day instead of in the whole living room. I pretty much spent all of my time in my room because of like the environment, because of her. So it's very unfortunate. Like it is what it is. It's in the past. Like I loved that house. I wish that, you know, it had been different, but it was like not worth, like that girl, she was trying to renew. She was trying to get all of us to stay there another year. And I was like, I could not do this for another year. I don't know. I became so much happier when I moved out. Someone said advice you would give your college freshman self. I was a college freshman in 2013. I cannot believe how long ago that was, because I feel like I remember so many things that like happened that year and like the classes. Like I feel like I remember and see everything so clearly still. It was on my wrist. So I didn't even realize it had been that long. But my advice would be to take a lot of classes, like figure out what it is you actually like and what you're actually going to enjoy studying over the next 4 years. I would say stress out a lot less, especially pertaining to like grades. Your GPA is literally so irrelevant if you're in the humanities, I feel like. So I wish I would have put a lot less work into like getting A's and put more of my time into like getting those firsthand experiences in the things I was interested in. My best advice is just like get involved with as many, I don't know, internships, like volunteer things, work things, finding mentors, things like that that can give you like real experience in A, either in just like figuring out what you like and don't like, but B, when you go into a job interview, you don't sit there and talk about your GPA the whole time. So again, focus less on that and more in like the actual experiential things. And to wrap it up on a nice question, someone said, what are you most proud of in your life? So fun fact, this month, March, is actually the 11-year anniversary of me being on YouTube and starting this channel, starting my vlog channel. People who started way back then, like this was not the industry it is now. Like it was, I never thought it was gonna go anywhere. Never thought I'd make money from it. Never thought this would be like my full-time thing in a million years. And so I think just what I am proudest of myself for is that I am continuing to do this 11 years later, that like every year I continue to grow, like have even more opportunities, that I'm able to use social media to like fuel all the things I really want to do, like travel, like host all these parties, and to be able to afford this home I love. And it's all because of social media. I don't know, a combination of luck and hard work. Somehow it paid off. Everything worked out. We're still here doing this. I'm proud that I moved to LA because that was like such a big leap. Moving somewhere I only had like a couple friends. That's definitely the thing I'm proudest of. I feel like that's like the main thing I have to show. I love getting to do this, and I am so thankful for all of you guys who watch my videos. That is it for this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have lots of very exciting videos coming up soon. Any other questions, feel free to leave those in the comments and I will try to get back to you. And I'll see all of you guys in my next video.